13 and 2.
6.
Good evening, and welcome to the Hibbing Memorial Arena. As tonight it's a classic confrontation, the Hibbing Blue Jackets taking on the Greenway Raiders. I'm here tonight, I'm Steve Zimmerman. I'm here with Lance Northey. And Lance, the Greenway Raiders are being introduced. Run down their starters for us.
Starting goal is number 30, Jeff Stolp. At defense, number 2, Chris Miller. And number 4, John Allen. Starting center iceman for the Greenway Raiders is number 8, Jeff Johnson. And his wings are number 11, Jeff Trombley and Rod Rudnick.
Greenway, of course, being coached by Bob Jernander, and comes into this game with an 8-6 record. Now, Lance, here are the Hibbing Blue Jackets.
Starting goal, Rich Jacqueline. Number 2, Cal Hussman. And number 4, Joe Gostad. The center iceman for the Hibbing Blue Jacks, number 7, John Rue. And on his right wing will be Andy O'Brien, number 6. And the left wing, number 8, Paul Girardi.
The Hibbing Blue Jackets, of course, being coached by Bill Olson, and they have a record of 13 and 2 as they lost the other night to the Bemidji Lumberjacks up in Bemidji by a score of 6-3. Bemidji scored 3 third-period goals to win that one. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Our color guard this evening is American Legion Post 222.
We now await the color guard to leave the arena ice. We're just about ready to get underway here at the Hibbing Memorial Arena. And they have left the ice, and Lance, we're back on, and in all the time that you played down at Two Harbors, Lance getting some adjustment here. Hibbing comes into this game 13 and 2. The Greenway Raiders 8 and 6. Hibbing has a couple of an injury tonight as number 14 Pete Wohlers has separated his shoulder and will not play this evening. Lance, when you were down at Two Harbors, if you can remember back that far, you had some big games. Probably against Silver Bay was a big one, maybe going down to the Blue Schools. Coming into a game that's one of those classic matchups, what was going through your mind? And even at Hibbing Community College, when it's a big game like this, when there's a big rivalry, what goes through your mind before the game?
You got to remember, you know, it is a rivalry, and you got to play it a little bit tougher than the rest of the games. But you got to also remember, it's just another contest too, and there's more games to come. You know, there is a little bit better pickup or a little more intensity in the game, but there are other games to come. You know, win or lose, you got to look sometimes till the next game. You know, I mean, you can't take it as it's the end of your season. You know, it's a little bit pickup in that it's a bigger game, you know, rivalry, but it's not the end of the season. You know, win or lose, it's just another game, really.
Okay, thank you, Lance. As outside race, Johnny Rue to face off against Jeff Johnson. glad to see the band in attendance tonight. Some comments I made previously were construed as being anti-band, and that's not the case at all. In fact, I was given a little talk with Art Hill, and he explained to me that the band isn't scheduled to attend every hockey game. That, in fact, they are scheduled by the athletic department administrators. So good to see the band here tonight. This is a biggie. Quick shot on, goes wide by the Jackets as they control in the Greenway end. Andy O'Brien centers it, comes through, and now number 11, Jim Tremblay, picks it up, brings it out to center ice to Rod Rudnick. Rudnick on the far side gets around Gosted, but he's ridden off by John Rue, and Gosted clears over to O'Brien. O'Brien tries to get it back behind his net to Gosted, now flips it up in the air over towards Gosted. He picks it up on the far boards, hammered, and Huseman controls for the Jackets. Held in over on the near side by number 11, that's Tremblay. Raiders still controlling, comes all the way out to the point, unable to hold it in was number 4, John Allen, and it comes back out to Chris Miller. Dumped in the zone, Huseman, Skosted controlling, dumping it up to Steve Terrell, who's on now. His new line for the Jackets tonight, Steve Terrell, Pat Sabachnik, and John Schwartz. As Coach Bill Olson, due to injury, has been forced to juggle his lines. Quick shot by Hardy, tipped in front by Terrell, goes off the pad of goaltender Stope. Now play along the near boards. That's Pat Sabachnik, but it's finally ridden out to the boards. Here comes Chris Rousey. He tries to get around Hardy, can't do so, hammered into the boards. Puck comes loose and Steve Terrell controls. Drops it off the side of the net. Steve Terrell's stick knocked out of his hand as he went right into the side of the net there. And it's knocked out to center ice to Gary Gustafson by the Jackets. Dump it back in, delayed offside, no call. As now over on the far side, Stavnis controls now into the zone, comes Stavnis. That's Terrell. And now the Raiders just dump it all the way down as that's number 7, Derek Vekic. Dumping it in, the Raiders make a change. Comes over on the near side, Tommy Sullivan loses stick, shot and goal! Quick goal for the Greenway Raiders. 1 minute and 58 seconds in. Lance, Jackets play giveaway, and the Raiders score.
Nice movement by the Greenway Raiders there. Moved the puck well. Had a nice deke on Monticelli there, and they put it away. It's an early goal. It gives them momentum to the Greenway Raiders right away.
Scoring that goal for the Greenway Raiders, Ken Jernander. From number 9, Brad Gardner. Puck comes in the Jacket zone, cleared wide by goaltender Jacklin. Greenway off quickly. Here come the Jackets back to center ice. Pescuzzi dumps it in. Puck goes all the way down and picked up nicely by number 5, Gary Gustafson. He tries to clear it out to center ice, does come out to center ice. Huseman bats it over to Rue, and that'll be a hand pass. And the puck will come outside the zone. Quick goal. How big a goal is that to get off quickly?
It's a very big goal. Hibbing coming off a defeat, off of a Bemidji 6-3 loss. We'll see how they handle that. Coming off a loss and an early goal, see how they can handle the momentum by Greenway right away.
Comes back into the zone. Chris Miller back to play. Plays it all the way around. Knocked down by Andy O'Brien. Now Rue comes in, knocks it back behind the net. O'Brien chases, and he gets there first. Steps under an elbow attempt by Miller. Now Girardi is pulled down on the side of the net. Goaltender tries to fall on it. Stoll. Puck comes free. A defenseman is on it. And they'll have a held puck just off to the right of goaltender Stoll. Jackets putting on that pressure and would like to get a goal right here.
I think, Greenway, after, reading the papers, I've seen Hibbing come off that 6-3 loss. I think they feel they have a chance, and it's Hibbing's turn to see if they can redeem their number 1, number 2 state ranking right now.
And Hibbing won the last meeting between these two in Greenway 6-2, so Greenway definitely feels like they have something to prove. Now Johnny Rue just rolls over on top of the puck, and they call the faceoff outside the zone as Rue was knocked down and fell on top of the puck. And the faceoff will come just outside the zone.
In the last few years, the rivalry has even been more intense. It's been Greenway-Hibbing. You don't see Eveleth or International Falls coming too much into the ranking anymore. It's usually these two teams that come down to the final two.
And this year it seems to be Hibbing, Greenway, Grand Rapids, and throw the fourth name in a hat. Looks to be possibly Eveleth now, as they've played some improved hockey later on this season. As the Jackets fly to center ice, here comes Girardi against Miller. Quick shot by Girardi, pad save by Stope. They go behind the net, hammered over there. Miller holds Girardi out of the play. Right in front, back to Girardi. Oh, Miller dumps him. That's going to be a penalty on Chris Miller for interference or hooking, I believe. We'll see what the call is, but Greenway penalty coming up. Jackets go on the power play.
Good forechecking by the Hibbing Blue Jackets right there. A lot of hustle causes penalties like that. Move the puck around and you hustle a lot and you cause penalties.
3:24 at the time of that penalty to Chris Miller of Greenway for hooking. And the Jackets now go on the power play.
Good chance right now for Hibbing to even up the score.
They got Johnny Rue and John Schwartz and Steve Terrell with Huseman and Gosted and number 8, Girardi. As now we've got some kind of equipment repair going on as they work on goaltender Stolp. Looks like a glove or something, and now they seem to be ready. Big chance for the Blue Jackets now to come out here. They could use a goal right here to get back in. Well, they're 1-0. Nice to get even right now. And it's hammered down the ice nicely by number 5. That's Gary Gustafson. He wasted no time. Terrell back to pick up the puck. That's Steve Terrell. Gives it off to Johnny Rue. Gets it over on the near side to John Schwartz. Schwartz goes around number 5 Gustafson, loses the puck, goes down the corner. Now Rue will control again in the corner. Over to pick it up is Gosted. Back to the point to Steve Terrell. He whistles a shot through traffic. Knocked down in front by number 19, Dean Terboyevich. There's another shot by the Jackets, tipped in front. Johnny Rue shoots and scores! Picks the far corner on Stolp. And a power play goal for the Jackets, a time 4:02.
Beautiful goal by the Jackets. Pick the corner, beat Jacklin on the top right-hand corner. Moved the puck well, tried to find the open wing, and he picked the corner. Nice shot.
Puck was deflected in front, came right to Rue. He walked in on the near side and beat Stolp to the far side. And the Jackets have tied this one up on a power play. 4:02 the time. 38 seconds into that power play, and now quickly hammered back in the zone.
Number 7, John Rue.
It's now a fight in the zone, picked up by Piscuzzi.
Number 4,
Joe Gosted gets the assist for the Jackets as the Jackets fight. The board comes out to Terrell. He hammers it back inside. Hibbing playing with 5 defensemen tonight, so Tommy Piscuzzi's out there right now with Steve Stavnes. Now they fight behind the net. Greenway having trouble getting out of their own zone here. Now comes over to the near side to Chris Miller. He bats it back behind the net to John Allen. He tips it up, and now they bat it out to center ice where Terrell and Piscuzzi will race. Piscuzzi picks it up, dumps it ahead, no icing, as he had just cleared the blue line. And the Jackets will change quickly as now Doug Terrell comes out on the ice along with Danny Kasner and Pat Sabachnik. Play right at the red line, picked up by number 7. That's Derek Vekic. A quick shot. Nice stop by Richie Jacklin. Puck goes straight up in the air. Now Miller with a shot. Another save by Jacklin. Puck comes into the slot and Zabachnik just tips it out and should go all the way down and should go far enough for icing. And it will. Back quickly was Zabachnik. Couldn't quite get, Kasner couldn't quite get the puck. Beautiful. 2 saves there by Richie Jacklin.
Really nice saves by Richie Jacklin there, keeping them in the game.
Right now, we have unofficially Stolp with 6 saves and Jacklin with 4. Richie Jacklin made 2 big stops right there. Greenway had a great chance to score, a great opportunity to put the puck in the net there. Puck is dropped, cleared over to the boards, picked up by number 13 out there, who is Rod Rudnick. Now comes over to the far boards. That's picked up nicely by Terboyevich. Players sprawl over the ice there. And now Stavnes will be here. That's Doug Terrell helped off the ice as he went flying. His helmet's down in the Greenway zone. Now a nice play behind the net. Picking it up is O'Brien. He centers it. Nobody home. Now it comes back and little Danny Kasner picks it up. Andy O'Brien gets the tip. in the zone. Oh, knocked out from behind. We're going to have another Greenway penalty here. As checking from behind penalty, I believe it'll be called as a Hibbing player. I believe it was O'Brien was given an elbow in the back. Interference will be the call on number 13, Rod Rudnick. So another power play opportunity for the Blue Jackets.
Good chance now for the Hibbing Blue Jackets to pull another goal ahead with 9:04 remaining in the first period. They have a lot of time right now to get up a goal ahead.
Time of that penalty, 5:56. See if I can spell interference here. Okay, Jackets scored a power play just 38 seconds into the last penalty they had, the last power play. Let's see what they can do this time. There's John Allen tipping it around the boards, and it'll be picked up now by Jeff Johnson and batted all the way down the ice, where it's left for Steve Terrell. Terrell tries to set up through, but decides to come out the near boards, or the far boards, whatever. Here comes Stevie Terrell. He just dumps it in the zone, picks up his own little pass, falls on the puck as he's knocked down, and they'll take the face-off outside the zone, as Terrell made no attempt to get the puck out from underneath himself.
Really impressed with that Steve Terrell. He's a big player. I think he missed a few games early last season, and I think he's come on strong for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. It's a nice honor to elect him as captain this year after missing a few games from last season.
He's got a couple of bad knees. His knees aren't in the best shape, but obviously he's showing something as he's being invited by major colleges to visit, including UMD. So, you know, Steve Terrell looking for a possible college career coming up after this year. Now Gostet controls in center ice, dumps it in the zone. The Jackets will chase. That's Girardi on the far side picking up the puck. Now it's tipped away from him by John Allen. Out to the point, held in nicely by Steve Terrell. Now they try to clear it, but it's knocked down. Now John Allen clears it all the way down with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the penalty. Jacklin knocks it up to the near boards to Johnny Schwartz. He circles in his own zone. Here comes Little John. He dumps it up ahead, but it's knocked down by Ken Jordander and dumped out the center where Steve Terrell picks it up. Gets around his man on a nice little play. Terrell now finally skated off the puck, and nobody at the point as the Jackets change defenseman. On comes Huseman. Puck is knocked out to center ice. Girardi wasn't looking for it. Jackets caught in a change. Now the puck is tipped off a skate. Here they come, 2-on-2 with Zabachnik and Doug Terrell, and now it's knocked all the way back down with 33 seconds left to play. Jackets almost caught on a change there as a couple of players going off the ice were caught napping. Dougie Terrell whirls in center ice, now tips it up ahead to Tom Sullivan, knocked in nicely by Andy O'Brien right on Stope. He'll clear it to the boards. Andy O'Brien is dumped. Now Tom Sullivan goes in, they tie it up. And we'll have a face-off coming up to the... Oh, he's going to bring this face-off outside the zone too. Nobody from Greenway challenged that tie-up. So consequently, the face-off again comes outside the zone. Hibbing's had that problem tonight so far.
Yeah, Jackets having the puck in their possession, but not making too much control of it. Getting the puck, not making passes connect, and it's tough to get goals when you don't make passes connect.
The goal they did score was a tip out in front off a defenseman's skate right to Rue, and he made good on the shot. But really, the Jackets just getting the feel again as they come off a tough game Tuesday night in Bemidji. Now the battle on the far boards with Doug Terrell. There's Danny Kasner. He tries to center it out, walks right in front, shot on the Stope, and he holds on. Danny Kasner showing great hustle there as he just fought his way out of the corner and put the shot right on Stope.
Danny Kasner, one of my favorite players, a mucker. I love the muckers, I tell you that right now.
Last time we used that word, our director got all excited. He thought we were insulting somebody. He thought that was somebody's name. Well, I'm sure there's somebody out there named Mucker somewhere, but a mucker is just the kind of guy that goes and digs the puck out of the corners for you, and that's what Danny Kasner does. And he's young too. He's got a lot. He's going to be a good hockey. He's a good hockey player now. Can't help but get better. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that's it. A little touch of the flu here, so if I sound disorganized, you'll know what it is. Kasner on with Sullivan and Doug Terrell. Puck is bumped in the Greenway zone. Back is Gary Gustafson. He's knocked off the puck by Tommy Sullivan. Now Doug Terrell fights it out in the corner. He's knocked flying behind the side of the net, but Tommy Sullivan's back there to pick it up. Tommy Sullivan, they call him Hibbing's refrigerator, as he's a real stockily built young man. Good football player, too. Now it's hammered in. Jacklin uses his glove, tips it wide, and it's picked up by Mike Hardy. Hardy having trouble behind his own net. Is into forecheck is David Olson, and Olson gets the tie-up back behind the net. And the face-off will come to the right of goaltender Rich Jacklin.
Mike Hardy, they're having a little problems, moving the puck out. It's important at all times to move the puck quickly. You play around with it, you're going to get caught.
6:10 left in this first period. We've got a 1-1 tie. Rue facing off against Justin Tomberlin. Justin Tomberlin is the son of Ray Tomberlin, the Greenway football coach, and was their starting quarterback this year. Now the Jackets steal, started out by O'Brien, but he couldn't get it over to Girardi. Now held in at the point nicely as Pescuzzi was there to forecheck, but now it's dumped all the way up to center ice where Gosted picks it up, and the Jackets dump it right back in the Greenway zone. John Allen controls over to Chris Miller. Now tries to get it ahead to Craig Miskovich, but he can't do so, and Johnny Root controls over to Girardi. He's knocked down, being held in his own. Little punch being done there, and good thing they wore masks, because Girardi took a nice punch right to the face. But then again, the officials are always right, so
That's right. They know the rules a little bit better than we do, so we can't go against them too many
I see the
times.
WCHA is going to go back to 2 referees next year and 1 linesman. I'd like to see him go to let everybody on the ice call a penalty at all 3, because even 2 guys can't see this game fully at all times. It's an awfully fast game.
At all levels it is.
At all levels,
Division 1, pro.
Especially in the WCHA, because it's a rough hockey game when you get up to that collegiate level, I'll tell you. I went down and watched North Dakota series with UMD, and it was amazing, the hitting and some of the things that the players got away with. Now the Jackets trying to break it out to center ice. Back to pick it up is Hardy. He's knocked flying, and Steve Terrell back to cover. It's over on the far boards to Johnny Schwartz, but he can't control. Puck goes through the slot. Nobody from Greenway put their stick on it. There's a quick centering pass by Rudnick, and Richie Jacklin will hold on, and now Rudnick comes in and takes a swat at Jacklin, and being told by the official, next time you're going to get a penalty, we'll let you get away with it this time.
Hibbing now kind of just throwing the puck away, not really looking for the open wing, the open centerman. Just kind of saying, here, I don't want to take it away. You got to look for the open wing and make sure of the sure pass.
Seem to be trying to use the boards a lot to break it out. The center is being clogged up pretty well by the Greenway Raiders thus far. Now, Hibbing's had to adjust their lines now for this game because of the injury to Pete Wohlers, so that doesn't help things. So I see Pete's out of his sling. Said he should be in the sling, but he doesn't have it on tonight, so hopefully he won't do any further harm to that shoulder. Now the Jackets clear it out as we have delayed offside, and it's dumped back to number 5, Gustafson. He can't control, and the puck rolls back into the Greenway end. Now it comes up ahead to number 7. That's Derek Bekic. Bekic, here comes Ken Jernander. Little Kenny Jernander, a good hockey player. Takes it all the way around behind, stares it out right through everybody, and comes outside the zone. Hibbing player Tom Sullivan dumped. And back to pick it up is number 5, Gary Gustafson. Dumped in long on the Jackets. Richie Jacklin dumps it wide. He's down the corner to Tommy Pescuzzi. Pescuzzi back to Sullivan. Sullivan will now try to skate out. Tips it over the other side. And Stavnitz tries to clear it out. Can't quite do so. Now it comes out with a high stick. Playing the puck with a high stick called on Greenway. And the puck face-off will come all the way down inside the Raider zone.
Not a lot of crisp passes by either teams right now. In these short periods, I think that I'd like to see high school going to the 20-minute periods and 15-minute periods. I think even at this time, you're still trying to feel a team out. Really, I haven't seen a lot of good shots, a lot of crisp passes, except that 1 goal by Greenway.
That's right. Quick shot on. Stope has a little trouble with it as it came through a bunch of bodies. Now it comes up and on a play. And we'll have a face-off again just inside the Greenway Raider zone.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Claudia Oldsmobile, Merchants and Miners, State Bank, and Sullivan Candy Company.
I'd like to thank all our sponsors. You'll be hearing their names throughout the broadcast. You'll see them before and after the broadcast also, and we like you to very much do any business. A quick shot on Stope. No whistle, so the Jackets keep banging away at Stope. They're well within the rights. No whistle. You just keep hammering, and Stope fell backwards, but held on to that puck.
Good hustle by Paul Girardi there. You keep digging until you hear the whistle. You keep poking away, and you never know when that thing's going to cross the red line.
Geez, you think this game was in L.A. I got my sleeves rolled up. I got my jacket off, but I think I'm running a little bit of a fever, and that's probably contributing to it. There's a quick turnaround shot by O'Brien that dribbles off a couple of players and goes wide. Now it gets back over to O'Brien. Nice pass by Girardi. He's dumped behind the net, stolen away by the Raiders. And attempting to come out to center ice is number 7, Vekic. It now comes out to center where Gosted picks it up, dumps it right back. A Stope! He has all kinds of trouble with that one, but it just dribbled wide and the defenseman was there. Luckily, no Jackets on top of Stope, or that would have been a gimme goal. Now here comes Jernander over to Vekic. He breaks in. A shot to goal! How often do you see that happen? Hibbing just misses and Greenway comes back and scores at the 11:38 mark.
A nice play by the Greenway Raiders there. Ken Jernander just looks like a real good skater there. Looks like he's just floating on ice right there. Made a nice move, dished it out, and flipped it over the goaltender, Rick Jarquin.
Well, Jernander will get 1 assist as Vekic got the goal. And Jernander will get the only assist. Derek Vekic with the goal. Jernander with the assist. There's another play right in front. Oh, puck went into the crease. Jacqueline didn't see it. Wound up kicking it aside. Now we've got a broken stick by the Raider player, and now the Jackets will break it out with Steve Terrell. They've now fallen behind 2-1. Terrell over to Schwartz. Schwartz with a shot that goes high off the back. And I guess we got a piece of the puck, did one of the Greenway Raiders, so the faceoff will stay inside the Greenway zone. Good chance there for the Jackets as they want to come right back.
Boy, a nice pass by
Steve Terrell.
Steve Terrell there, but I always like to look at the play behind that, what make it develop. Mike Hardy there coming up with the block shot. If not for him, play not possible. I like those kind of players that dive in front of the pucks, a team player, and not possible if Mike Hardy didn't block that shot right there.
Good point, Lance Northey. Lance Northey, of course, played for the Hibbing Community College Cardinals. Quick shot front! Puck goes over Stope as he makes the save, and it's cleared wide. Stope looking around like he doesn't know where he is. Now they play it behind the net, and up with the puck comes number 15, David Olson. He clears it all the way out to center, and back to pick it up is Stavnes. Quickly back out comes Zabachnik as he tips it over the blue line. Now they battle in center ice, and Gosted races back to pick up the puck in the Jacket zone. Up ahead to Steve Terrell, who just took a heck of a slash on the ankle. Now Terrell with a nice move that just faked the Greenway player, number 17. He walked right out of his mind. Now Terrell comes in the zone. Quick shot front! Oh, and we've got I don't know what the call is, but it's coming outside the zone. I guess it was a kick puck, or I don't know what they're calling.
Delayed offsides, maybe. I'm not sure what the call was.
Well, I don't know, but the faceoff does go outside the zone. Didn't quite see what happened there, but faceoff comes just outside the Greenway blue line. That's number 8 taking this faceoff, Jeff Johnson against Dan Kasner. Kasner on that third line with Doug Terrell and Tom Sullivan. Now back to hammer is Kasner. Good forechecking by the Jackets as they're in there quickly. And they keep it in as now number 4, John Allen, goes behind that over to Chris Miller, but Doug Terrell's in to take care of Miller. Skating it in the zone is Tom Pescuzzi. Now it's rolled around the near boards. Here's Tom Sullivan. He tries to hold it in, can't do so. Puck comes out the center, tipped away and up in the air. That's a delayed offside. Doug Terrell controlled the puck and knocked it almost into one of the lights.
Boy, it's really amazing. There's only a minute 49 left now in this first period, but it's important that if Hibbing does not get the goal, just bump a few bodies around, try to get a little momentum for the second period right now.
Ooh, there's a wicked swing of the stick by number 8 from Greenway, Jeff Johnson, as he was ridden off the puck. Now the Jackets come to center with Kasner. Tips it up ahead to Doug Terrell. These Terrell boys can really go. Now Terrell's ridden out by John Allen, and back to pick it up is Jim Tremblay. But he gives it right up to Tom Sullivan. Sullivan skates out the far side. Puck comes off some skates. Over there to hammer is John Ruse now on the ice. As now the Jackets will quickly change up their lines. Doug Terrell holding it in, racing into the slot. Comes Girardi with a quick shot and a big stop by Stope. And now we've got some pushing and shoving as Doug Terrell is accosted by about 3 Greenway Raiders. The referee and the linesman in quickly to break that one up. Tempers starting to flare a little bit here in the last couple of minutes of this game. This is a
big
lot of
rivalry
tension.
right here.
Big rivalry. Lots of tension.
Kasner, Terrell, and Sullivan. No, they kept driving for the puck. Always feet moving, stuff like that. They make things happen. 3 hustlers right on that line. They really look good working together.
That's a good little third line that Bill Olson's put together for this game, and they have really done the job. They haven't scored, but they've really kept the pressure on the Greenway Raiders throughout this whole game. Now back to the point. Quick shot by Hardy. Goes just wide. Now goes around behind underneath. It comes underneath the goal cage where it sticks. And I think that means they'll bring the face-off outside. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
A line like that, Kasner, Terrell, and Sullivan, they're a kind of line that will motivate a team. You know, you look at the people sitting in the box, say, geez, look at those guys work, and then they think they they're picking up the slack, and it's nice to see them working like that.
Now comes back out to the point to Hardy. He whistles a shot. Deflects wide. Johnny Rue over to control on the far side. Rue ridden out of the play by number 19. I think that's Dean Trebojevic. It is. And now here comes Greenway back to center ice with Derek Vekic. Over to number 18, Chris Rousey. Rousey tries to go around Hardy. Puck goes into the corner. And now picking it up is Girardi. And Girardi with a long lead pass comes outside the zone. 37 seconds left in this penalty. And the Raiders will dump it right back in the Hibbing zone, where back to control is Hardy. There it comes. Little tip pass over to John Rue. Rue with Girardi breaking. Can't get it to Girardi, and there's an offside. And Johnny Schwartz just took a swing at one of the Greenway players, and the official's telling him right now, cooler heads should prevail here. There's no reason to take a swing with your stick like that. And the referee just warned Johnny Schwartz, next time you're going to take a seat. Out for this faceoff is Steve Terrell. He's just chased from the faceoff. And John Schwartz comes in to take it, and Steve Terrell dumps it in against Derek Vekic. His Greenway second line is out. Now they try to get back to the point. They do so. Huseman with a quick shot. Just deflects wide. Stolp, a la Billy Smith, using his stick quite liberally down there in his crease. As now Vekic skates it in. 3 seconds to this. Will end the first period. As Bachnick chases the puck down, but the first period is over. With a recap, here's Lance Northey.
The first goal was scored by Greenway Raiders. Ken and Jernander by Brad Gardner at 1:58. Coming back with the first goal for Hibbing Blue Jackets was John Rue by Joel Gosted at 4:02. That was a power play goal. And the second goal of the first period was scored by the Greenway Raiders, Derek Vekic by Ken Jernander at 11:38.
Did you hear saves in that period? I didn't hear any saves. We'll have to get them for start of the second period. We'll be back with second period action right after this timeout.